the same as last week.
I'm going to change it this week. All right. Nobody's podcast, episode 4. Well, that might be episode number 4, but podcast number 1 in Hannon.
The number 1 podcast in Hannon.
Number 1 podcast in Hannon. He's Nelson.
And he's Neil.
And we are the Nobody's podcast. Podcasting live tonight. And, yeah, we're going to throw some stuff. We're going to throw some shit at you and see what sticks. How's that? How's everybody's week been?
Let's start off with the question everybody's got on their mind here. Pauly D got a girl pregnant.
Pauly D from GTL?
From Jersey Shore.
From Jersey Shore. Okay.
So,
wait, Pauly D's the DJ? The DJ? Okay. Yeah.
So, yeah, he's got the crazy hair?
Yep.
This kid looks like him, too. It's a girl, but she's got crazy hair, too, already.
Same as him?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm more shocked. Okay, so I'm listening to this story. So Pauly D gets some chick pregnant in Vegas, apparently. And they're in
this is a rando?
Yeah, some random
Is he not his girlfriend?
No, does he have a girlfriend?
Well, they have tons of girlfriends, I'm guessing, but it's not his main one.
So it's a random chick in Vegas. So he's a celebrity now, I guess. Stupid to call him that because he was a nobody too on his show, and he's dumb enough to not dome it up. I guess gets this random chick pregnant, so she's has a kid. So he's all proud that he's happy. Good for him that he's got a little girl now. But they're obviously in a custody battle now.
They had the baby.
Yeah, she's born. She's
shit.
She's all over Twitter. So the mother posts a picture of the kid with like stacks of money all over it.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
She tweets this picture, right?
Oh my God.
And Pauly D says that she's an unfit mother because she used to work at Hooters.
Like, you know what?
That's the reason she's an unfit mother.
Yeah, like the criteria is good because, you know, like she's good enough to bang, but she can't have a kid.
So he just lost all the fans that work at Hooters.
Oh, no kidding. That's hilarious.
So the part about the story that I am the most shocked about is this guy made $15 million last year as a DJ.
Yeah, these guys? As a DJ or the show?
As a DJ.
I heard they made a lot of money.
I guess he opens up for Britney Spears and shit.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah, so I know he signed with 50 Cent.
But 15 mil.
So 15 mil is kind of clear. Yeah, by being a DJ.
Where is this recorded?
Well, I heard it at the same spot I heard about this baby mama.
Holy shit, this is crazy.
This guy parlayed like being drunk on a street,
right,
week after week to $15 million. Like, good for him.
Yeah, no kidding.
I was more shocked about that part of the story than the fact that he got a woman pregnant.
That's just insane. Like, how do you ever aspire to, like, do that? You know what I mean? Like, get a reality TV show, plan to hit it big, and then...
You can't.
No, you can't. You're right. That's just insane.
I mean, everybody else is working shitty jobs, and these guys
he's not together with the baby mama.
I don't think so. They're fighting over the custody battle.
Custody.
Yeah, they're both fighting over custody for this kid.
Well, I guess if you make 15 mil and you got to pay, you might as well have the kid.
He's got to pay alimony now to this woman. Like, he's done.
Well, that could be it. It could be. You know, 15 million sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
but you hear about the stupid things these guys do. Have you ever seen the 30 for 30 ESPN?
Yeah. Broke? I never saw it, but my buddies are like,
need to see that. They're just incredible, right?
All these athletes that blow money and then they
know where I'm going.
Yeah, they stop working, but they still spend like they're making $10 million a year, right?
And there's no like education that teaches you. If you make $15 million, don't buy a fucking $13 million house.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay?
Exactly. But that's what these guys are doing. They're tipping like $1,000 to the waiters.
Yeah, exactly.
That money runs out, man.
Right? There's story on story.
I gotta watch that. That sounds amazing.
You need to watch that, and we'll revisit it when you watch it. It will blow your mind. But you just.
So this girl's retired now, I guess, from freaking working at Hooters. Like,
sure. Like, did they meet at Hooters or what?
I don't know. I probably met at a club or something. He was probably DJing, and freaking chick was in his booth or something.
But like, why not put a dome on it?
That's what I'm saying. So the guy's
like, pull out.
He's now a celebrity, and he makes a mistake like that. Like, I don't get it.
But people do that all the time. Athletes do it all the time.
That's true.
Right? Like
Everybody.
it's
just
crazy,
nuts, man.
But
the power of the pussy, eh?
Yeah, no kidding. And it's, you know what? I shouldn't just say athletes. Athletes because they're in the spotlight, so you see it, you hear it, and it all goes hand in hand with this broke thing and money management and whatever the lifestyle. Yeah. But let's face it, there's a lot of unfit fucking parents out there. Like, not ready to be married. And, I talk to couples that want to have kids, they can't have kids.
Oh, that's terrible.
It's so easy for the ones who aren't trying, but they're just, shacking up.
Yeah.
Hilarious stuff, though.
Yeah, so, I mean, good for Pauly D doesn't have to go back to working a shitty job. But,
we'll see how long that lasts.
Speaking of shitty jobs...
Who doesn't have a shitty job?
We were talking about that last week, and
right.
There was a finance company that I used to work for, and I wasn't there. I don't know if I was there, actually. I was there that day. And there was I don't know how I missed it, but there was all this uproar in the office one day.
Okay.
And this woman who worked there, she was fairly new to the company, and she went to the washroom. And she came back, and she's sitting there. And there's a fucking turd of shit hanging from her hair.
From her hair?
Yeah, she had the longest fucking hair ever, down to her ass, and it was braided, right? So I guess when she sat down on the toilet, her fucking hair went into the toilet. So she's shitting, and the hair is at her ass. I don't know how you don't feel it.
No!
So she's got this turd of shit hanging from her hair, and she's sitting at her desk, right? So one of the girls sees this and is like, "What the fuck?" So she gets up and she goes to talk to a coworker, and the coworker gets up and goes over and looks, but by then, I guess the woman had noticed. I would imagine it would smell like shit. What are you
kidding? You drive
that shit smell.
Even yeah, exactly. You know what shit smells
like. So she was sitting, by the time that she went over, she was sitting with the hair in front of her. I guess she had realized it, so she was hiding it. Can you imagine?
That's so gross.
So she ended up getting up and leaving, right?
Yeah.
She ended up leaving.
Leaving work sick?
I don't know what her excuse was, but she left.
Stomachache.
And so, fuck,
she had to run.
Fuck, I gotta back up on this story, actually. There's more to this shit. Okay.
It's so easy to make shit jokes.
It's too easy.
So look at this small goblet of shit.
I gotta back up. Fuck, I started the story in the fucking middle. Okay. So,
that's how Bird does it. Middle, go to the beginning.
Breaking Bad style. Okay. So back up to this girl taking her shit. Right? The girl that freaking discovered the other woman's shit. Yeah. So she's sitting there taking a dump. And all of a sudden, a turd comes rolling from under the stall.
What? Come on, these turds are live, man. You're giving them human attributes.
The fucking turd was on HGH, and it's fucking rolling under the stall over, right? And she looks down and she sees this turd. She's like, "Oh my god, I gotta get the fuck out of here!" Right?
That's so disgusting.
I don't know what just happened in the stall next to me, but there's fucking live turds flying around. So she gets out. She fucking rushes. Gets on, and she's washing her hands, and she's like, fuck, I gotta get out of here, right? And while she's trying to get out of the washroom, the coworker comes out. And she's like, hey, how's it going, blah, blah, blah. And so they're washing her hands, and she looks over, and she notices the shit hanging from her hair. And she's like, what the fuck, right? So she leaves. And then that's when she goes to tell the other coworker, who is her manager, they were friends. And she's like, fuck, you gotta fucking go look at this chick. She's got shit hanging from her hair. So that's when she went over and she fucking sees that she was hiding, right? So she must have realized it.
Yeah.
And so all of a sudden she gets up and leaves, right? So,
oh my god.
Later that day, a couple, maybe an hour later, there's another woman in the office, and she's like, what the fuck happened in the bathroom? There's shit everywhere, right? So I guess when they went in, I guess somebody else went to wash their hands or whatever and stepped in it by accident, was trying to clean their freaking shoe off because there was shit on their freaking sink and shit.
Shit happened in there.
Scraped off her butt. So this woman never came back to work. Since that day.
She quit.
She quit. She disappeared. Never to be found again.
Wow.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, she'd be horrified. She's dipping her hair in shit. It's
oh, man.
I'm just imagining a scene from Avatar where they put the hair on the tail and... She was dipping her ponytail in shit.
They're trying to mesh together and there's a fucking
I see
turd
shit.
between them.
But how do you get shit everywhere? Especially women. Like, you're sitting down.
I guess when she got up, maybe her hair swung and fucking a turd.
Like, how long is this hair? Like, past her waist?
Past her ass when she's standing. So when she sits, it goes even lower, right?
I want to know what will drive someone to grow their hair that fucking long. Like, just right there.
I'm
You
like,
gotta say to
shit
yourself,
dipper.
would I go to the bathroom and maybe accidentally, dunk my hair into the shit?
Oh
like
man, I'm always definitely afraid of that shit. Like if I'm wearing like a shirt untucked or whatever, I'm fucking like lifting that shit up over my head, making sure that there's no chance.
I think I'd laugh harder if I wasn't so disgusted.
When I heard that story, I almost vomited.
So how long had she been in the company?
Like 3 weeks.
Oh, so she just started?
Yeah, and for a couple of times I've told this story, I've like gagged halfway through this story out of like disgust.
It's just the sickest thing.
Oh, man.
Shit stories are the funniest. It's too easy to be funny, but they can be so disgusting. And everyone's got a pretty bad shit story.
Oh, man.
Shitty story. That's what we should have a segment. Your shitty story.
Your shit story.
But maybe she keeps losing her job because she keeps dipping her hair in like the chocolate soup.
That's too much. I couldn't even imagine being that woman in the.
She left midday and never came back.
Yeah, it was like 2 in the afternoon.
Oh, she was horrified.
Imagine?
Like, cut your fucking hair. Like, even a quarter of that is still long.
The horror.
Half of that is still too long. What color was her hair? She was a redhead.
No,
okay.
blonde, man.
That's crazy. Rapunzel.
Fuck. I don't know where I was that day, man, but I didn't fucking know about any of this shit happening.
That's insane. Well, how old was this lady?
She was in she looked like her late 40s, maybe.
Right on. I don't know.
Oh,
you
man.
know what? Just some people don't want to let it go, and that includes their hair. But when your hair gets you in shitty situation, I think it's time to
time to chop.
Yeah, time to make an appointment.
Oh man,
that's filthy.
Yeah.
And it rolled underneath. Oh, thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome, everybody.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's my legendary worst shit story.
Yeah,
at work.
No kidding.
Now that all the listeners are
they're fucking puking. They're gonna have to stop the car and puke. Oh my god. Okay. Wow.
So
that's just insane.
You know how there's tons of politics at work, right? Like fucking just stupid
everywhere. And it's funny how some people will say, some people will think that they have more politics than some people. They think it's exceptional where they are, right?
So how about this? Okay, so wall politics.
Wall
is what we call it.
Okay.
And basically what that is if you go around the office, the walls are higher based on your pay grade. So you
have a cubicle, you're at the bottom of the barrel.
Yeah, so the bottom of the barrel of fucking like administrators have like the lowest walls.
Okay.
Like almost to the size of their head when they're sitting, right?
Okay.
Then
I like this.
Then the next step is like the wall's a little bit higher, so it's kind of like a supervisor team lead role. Yeah. And then the manager has a wall higher than that, if not like a closed door.
Like a closed office.
So if you walk around the office, you can see how much somebody makes by the size of their fucking wall.
That's so funny. I can see that actually. Where I used to work, same thing, same situation. Yeah. When I think about it, we have our baffles. Like, you could sit down and still see the guy's face.
Yeah, like
that's how low my job was. And then my team lead would have like a decent one that there's no way you could see. They even had these shitty frosted doors that sliding.
Oh, nice.
Right, and then the managers, they had the corner,
full door,
full office.
No frost on their door, just a full actual wood on their door.
They got the Venetian blinds.
How about social media politics? So, a buddy of mine was telling me that based on his pay grade, you get different accesses to like Facebook or YouTube. So
at work?
At work. So if you have a shitty pay grade, then you can't be on Facebook and YouTube is blocked for you.
No kidding.
But if you're paid like higher,
you can access all of them.
Then you have the ability.
But how do you? Well, okay, I worked in a workplace that we had internet, but internet.
Okay.
Right, so...
You didn't have regular internet?
No, we didn't have internet, which would have been the most fucking helpful thing, but, that's... In anything you do, I just,
Of course, you can always find
the greatest invention of all time.
Of course.
Shared, information and instant... you instantly look things up. But so I can't even relate. I must have had the shittiest job then, shittiest politics.
Well, can you imagine? I would feel so degraded in a position like that
if you couldn't tweet.
Yeah. But then what's your defense? Like, this is bullshit. I can't go on YouTube. They'll be like, "Oh, you're not supposed to be on YouTube.
Yeah, you're fucking around.
What the fuck are you doing on YouTube?"
So the higher you
go, what if I want to go on my breaks? Like, what the fuck? Yeah. So the higher you go, in the company, the more you can fucking.
And shit like that never made sense to me because people would try harder until they were either hiding it from you or they just didn't give a shit and they did it right blatantly, right in the open, and didn't care if they got in trouble. I wish you could say where this fucking place is. But tell me a little bit more. Like, what's the hierarchy here too? Like,
with the laws or the social media?
Pinterest is, you can look at fucking pictures. Good for you. You can Vine.
No,
next has got to be like Twitter.
I think they categorize it all
then
the
it's
same.
YouTube, and then Facebook's got to be the top.
You graduate to freaking. See, for me, YouTube would be the top because I don't go.
Because you get everything. Yeah, exactly. But which one would have all access?
Well, I think they just do the two tiers. Like, so one is you have no access to any social media. And then the next is you have access to it all. So
is their job, like, do they need social media in their job?
No.
They do?
No.
Okay. So they don't even get LinkedIn? They can't make...
Yeah. They can't look for another job.
Yeah, that's why.
Can you imagine, though, like...
Your Facebook status is, get me another fucking job.
Congratulations, you just got promoted to social media access.
Yeah, how do you even, like, reward someone like that? Is it, like, a 3-hour test, like getting your black belt? You know?
No, it's a job.
On the internet.
If you make over $40K a year, you have access to social media at that place.
That's silly.
Type of thing.
Like...
Oh, man.
You must feel like such a loser not to have it, though.
I couldn't imagine.
Those ones that don't have it, and someone imagine someone getting all righteous with it, like, I got Facebook, fuck you.
Oh, look at this.
That guy,
watch the funniest
5 o'clock, go fuck yourself. I'm on Facebook right now. He's on his smartphone.
YouTube video.
Yeah, no kidding.
Oh, fuck, man.
I've never heard such a thing, but that's crazy.
Have you ever watched YouTube videos that make you cry?
Yeah, I have actually. I take training in my job, and our instructor plays like motivational.
Oh, fuck! And you cry at motivational?
Oh yeah.
No.
Like, I'm gonna tell you one, and these guys are like insane.
Let's hear it.
Dickie Hoyt and Ricky Hoyt, they're from Boston, the Boston area.
Okay.
And Ricky, if I'm not mistaken, is the son who was born with he's disabled, basically from the neck down. His dad, Rick, it was determined from day one, even after the doctors said, your son's not going to grow up like any other kids. He said, I'm determined to give my son the same lifestyle as anybody else. And to this day, I think they were over 20 years of marathon running. Wow. They did the Ironman 6 times.
Fuck, they could do more than I can.
Yeah, more than, and it's, it's really sentimental and it's pathetic at the same time. I can't even run around the block. Oh, shit. And Rick, what he does with his son, he pushes him, like, because his son's in a wheelchair, he'll push him through the race. He'll swim with him, like, on a raft on his back. No, kid does nothing. Oh, shit. But his dad lugs him.
I thought the kid was able to do this shit.
No, the kid can't do it. Like, but the dad is super fucking dad. Like,
oh, my God.
He'll go swimming and he'll have like a harness and with a rope and he'll swim the same as everybody else, but he'll tug his son on a raft.
Can you imagine being the other guy in the same race?
Losing. That guy's in a fucking raft, man. Fuck that guy. They get out of the water. He carries him from the raft onto a special seat on the front of his bike. Wow. Then they bike 300 miles, whatever the fuck it is.
Shit, man.
Then after that, they put him in another apparatus where his dad runs, and then it's kind of like handlebars, and he pushes his son. So he does what everybody else does,
but with his kid,
but with his son.
So his son's able to experience it.
And this is the cry. This is the tearjerker moment. Okay, like.
Oh, no, there's more.
Their best time is 30 minutes off of the best time in that whole race. So interviewers would say to him very often, without your son, don't you think...
Oh, you fucking asshole.
No, I know. What a dick move, eh? And he goes, I couldn't even do it without my son. And that's it.
Oh, no, you said that. That was the line that got you. Oh, no.
Okay, but tell me, what do you watch that makes you...
So the other day, I was fucking sitting at home just before going to sleep. I don't know
Let me guess, auditions?
It was like some fucking guy with a motivational channel, and he had this Britain's Got Talent video.
Yes.
And it's like something like
I've seen it.
9-year-old cries and then shocks the fucking judge.
Yeah, I think I know which one.
So this little kid comes out, and I guess his mother's like a single mom, because I didn't see the husband.
Right.
And you could just tell by how close they were that it's got to be a single parent, right?
Right.
So the kid goes out there and he starts singing this fucking tearjerker of a song.
Right.
And the kid starts breaking out into tears. And he just stops the song, right? And the fucking mother comes running out, hugging the kid. One of the judges runs up to the stage, starts hugging the kid, and it's like...
The judge?
One of the judges, yeah.
Was it Simon?
No. I don't even know who this woman is, but she was like... I don't know.
That's
fucking chicks in the...
How did you find this?
I don't even remember what I was looking for.
Right.
But it was one of those, like... you know how it says related videos or whatever?
Yeah,
I don't even know how it was related to what I was watching. But after I found out it was some fucking motivational guy that freaking uploaded it. After I watched it, right?
Yeah.
But, so the fucking judge goes up and she's like, do you want to continue? Do you want to continue? The kid's like, yeah, I do, right? Everyone's cheering for the kid. Mm-hmm. The mother goes back out, and then freaking kid finishes the song. Killer singer, too. Like, kid had talent.
9 years old?
Yeah. Thank God the kid had talent, because you can imagine if you broke it into tears, he didn't have talent.
Oh, you'd be crying.
You'd be crying. I mean, I can laugh at my ass off at that point.
You'd be crying tears of...
So, I'm fucking...
busting your nose.
The sad part is, I was fucking crying even before the kid broke down into tears.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you know what I mean?
They already get you.
The song was fucking awesome. And even the judges were like, you know, the chick's putting her hand on her heart, and people in the fucking crowd are like into it and shit.
Yeah.
So the kid kills the song. Like, kills it.
Oh,
fucking
buddy, there's a whole playbook. There's a whole playbook. Yeah. They fucking got it down to a science.
Those motherfuckers.
You think you're just watching this,
I know, right?
This off-the-cuff shit?
They fucking
come on. Exactly.
The crew knows the casting.
Yeah, we said this before. There's no such thing as reality
TV. Exactly. I can't even watch that shit. Like Snooki and JWoww, I fucking can't stand that shit. I'm like sitting there thinking, the fucking director is telling those motherfuckers
exactly
to have that conversation.
And you gotta love the way they splice like commercials or the big decisions about to come and they cut.
Fuck whatever. Right. And they're like, oh my god, I want to see it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, or who will be eliminated, and they have the camera on the one guy the whole time. Yeah. And you're like, yeah, it's him for sure. You come back. No, it wasn't him. Yeah. So sometimes the funnier things about the funnier videos to watch for The Voice, X Factor, Got Talent, Idol, are actually like the fail ones.
Yeah, well, those are the best. So this fucking kid, obviously they all say yes, like, you know, you go on. And then the kid's fucking walking off stage, he's all excited. And the mother comes out even before he gets off the stage to hug him again. And they have another moment, right? And I'm fucking tearing, I'm crying like a little baby just fucking lost his lollipop. Like whatever fucking baby's crying about. And I'm like fucking sobbing, I'm crying so hard.
What was the song? This better be a good song.
Nah, I don't even remember. It's some fucking blues thing about being torn up or some shit.
Was it a song you knew?
No, I'd never heard it before. And then so it's like fucking 1 o'clock in the morning. And I'm like, fuck, now I gotta go to sleep. And my last memory is myself crying my ass off to this fucking 9-year-old singer. And I just started laughing to myself at how ridiculous I felt, right?
You have gotta love those. They're the best.
And in the comments, so I start reading the comments, and some guys like...
Sometimes the comments are better than the best.
The video. So some guys like, somebody hurt this kid, and God bless this child, or whatever, and I'm like, oh my god, this fucking guy is going deep into his past and shit.
Oh shit, it's crazy. It's funny. They must have scouts, because they have to filter in who's going to be there. They've got loads and loads of auditions.
They got
there's different filters and levels of audition, aren't there?
Yeah, there is.
Right, not everybody's going to go up in front of Simon, Paula, and
No, I think everybody
it's not
does
even
that.
Paul anymore.
I think everybody does that part.
Oh, okay.
And well, just like Amazing Race Canada. Mm-hmm. Everybody there had a story. There was the two girls that were like smoke shows, the little girls that were younger,
I didn't even watch it. Yeah.
There was the one guy who was Army veteran who lost his leg. Mm-hmm. There was Hal and Joanne, body break.
Yeah.
So like everybody had a thing to it. There was two like friends where one guy was like a police officer or something like.
Oh yeah, well
there's a
formula. Yeah, exactly.
Sure.
You got the divorcing couple. You got the gay couple. You got the honeymooners. You got the best buds and that are assholes or something. You got the mouth guy. You got the mouthy girl. Yeah. Well,
fuck, I just remember one thing. In your jobs, did you ever get emailed from these fucking guys that were like pissed off and they use like over punctuation to emphasize? Like they'll ask you a question and they put like 4 question marks behind the question.
I'm just alarmed when I see like straight caps lock all the way.
Oh fuck,
that's hilarious.
Imagine straight caps lock with fucking like 4 question marks at the end.
So what was this email that you got? What happened?
It happens all the time, man. People will be like, fuck, one day I was like supposed to be at work at like 8:30 in the morning or something.
Right.
And I showed up at 9:30, which was like my shift, right? But it was overtime, so I didn't I was gonna like work later instead of coming in early.
Oh, but they thought you were coming early.
Yeah, so I got one of those emails with fucking multiple question marks. Thought you were coming
from who?
From my manager, right? I'm gonna get fired for this shit.
And that's how it's gonna happen. With a bunch of exclamation marks.
It's like
font 25.
It's like, fuck, seriously? Like, you gotta put 4 question marks at the end of that shit? I know you're asking me a question.
Well, what was the question?
It was like, where the fuck were you? Yeah, pretty much where the fuck were you, right? And it just sets the tone for the day. But everybody at work knows that it fucking drives me nuts when they do that, right?
I hope you answered the same way.
No, I didn't.
I'm staying late!
I should have. That's a fucking goof.
Should.
But like people will like contact me and be like, "Oh, how come this was fucking declined or whatever?" And with like multiple punctuation at the end, it's like, "Fuck you, man." I know it's a fucking question or you're upset or whatever.
Yes.
Don't fucking put that shit on me on an email.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck, you just want to go through the monitor. And
that's the whole point of like not having face to face or voice, right? Is to lose the context and kind of hide behind it, isn't it?
Yeah, just drives me nuts. Like that's like my typical.
And then we get annoyed when someone tries to put it back in.
Holy shit, man.
Oh, well, you know what? You're always going to have annoying coworkers.
Oh, fuck.
And they can do it to you even without punctuation.
The one was like, I do that to you all the
ones that get shit on their hair.
Oh, fuck. Imagine getting fucking smoked in the face with their hair.
Oh, I'm sure. They reek. People like that.
Oh, my God.
I watch sports, like, especially NFL dudes with long hair. Like, they're not showering every day. Like, they say you don't shampoo. The ladies will know this. You don't shampoo your hair every day.
Right.
But come on the fuck on. Like, those dudes, there's no way.
They got to, man.
They probably don't even soap. They sprinkle into the water, come out, air dry, put their jeans on, no underwear, and out the door.
There was on Much Music years ago. I forget who was being interviewed, but some chick was like, "Oh, I really like your hair. It's like so shiny and it's great. Like, what do you do with it? Right? How do you get it to look so good?" He says, "I don't ever use soap. I just use water."
No shampoo?
No shampoo. Nothing? Sure, yeah, shampoo. Shampoo for your hair. So I don't fucking soap.
Well, dudes do that, yeah.
Well, so he says I don't ever use shampoo, just water. Mm-hmm. And so this fucking bitch goes, "Oh, I guess it's greasy then." Oh, you just fucking complimented his hair and how amazing it looked because it was so shiny and fucking clean and everything else, and all of a sudden now it's grease that you're fucking looking at.
Well, I don't. You know what's funny? People have different concepts of their hair, right? Because you take care of it in certain ways. Everyone's got different ways of what they take it.
Yeah.
But the way you wear your hair is such a fucking statement. So I guess they get like you're extra sensitive when someone says, "What? You don't use shampoo on your shit?" You put that shit in your hair. Like, oh yeah, you must reek. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, it was caught on camera, right?
Yeah, it was an interview.
There's something on YouTube I like to watch. Awkward interview answers, awkward interview questions.
Oh, yeah.
Fights that break out.
Fuck, epic fails are my favorite, man.
Yes, fails gotta be the one.
You know, there's epic wins too, but they're not as fucking good to watch. They're not as interesting to watch as epic fails.
Are they like people are amazing?
It's
when
it's
they
like
do those tricks and
it's like crazy shit. Like some guy's on a bike on a sport bike.
Well, that's what I watched yesterday. Actually, I got into the GoPro. You know the GoPro cameras, those little cameras.
Oh, okay.
That they prop up, they're super HD, and they can capture like slow mo, fast mo.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, they're insane. But this guy on a bike. It was like a Red Bull event. Like I've seen the skating ones where they do slaloms pretty much.
This was like some chick standing in like the middle of a big circle of people, and this guy with a bike goes up to her, but he's just on his front wheel. His back wheel's high, like up, and he kisses, like he stops in the air and kisses her, right? With this fucking wheel like up, his back wheel, and then he lands, and they're all clapping and shit, and then he does like a fucking spin around her with his bike and drives off. And then there's another one where it's like this crazy view of some mountain. And some fucking guy like fucking skydives off of it or some shit. So I'm like,
epic win.
It's epic wins, right? And I'm like,
I gotta check this shit
fails
out.
are better, man. They're funnier.
Yeah, they are better. No one wants to see you win. It's boring.
What about fucking suicide fails? You were telling me you were in fucking traffic or something?
Oh shit! Yeah, last weekend we're going down and we're picking up some food. Me and the missus, and we're taking the little expressway here, and I plan to take the expressway back just because it saves so much fucking time around here. Yeah. Everybody drives the same routes.
Yeah.
And on the way back, we're getting like redirected, detoured, and so I thought I heard that there was a train wreck.
Okay.
And derailment and all this, and it was wet. It was raining and it was getting dark, so
it seemed the rain traffic.
It seemed legit.
People don't know how to drive in the rain, eh? They treat it like it's a fucking...
Oh my gosh! The first snowfall. You know what's even worse?
Just for
the change of the clocks.
No.
Oh yeah.
What? That causes traffic?
Yeah, when it's darker in the morning, people are freaking the fuck out. Like they are just riding that brake and slamming on it. That's just what and the bullshit that you hit someone. If you're the guy who rear ends, like it's automatically your fault. Shit. What if the guy like just pulls a fast one?
Well, the motherfucker was probably rubbernecking.
And you had your distance. Right?
He was looking at the accident or the fucking train wreck. He wasn't driving.
Yes, that's right.
So you were hearing it was a train wreck?
No. Well, that's what I heard. Because there was a road closure.
Okay.
Close to one of the places I've got to go to.
Yeah.
But also it was on the news recently. My wife told me that a guy had a suicide fail. I think he was hanging off the overpass.
Fuck.
Let go, but didn't do the job. Actually, that's the second time I've heard that.
Suicide fails are the worst. It's from the same spot?
No, different spot, but like same method, and that's like
I would never jump off.
You know what? That's a cry for fucking help. Like if you're gonna kill yourself, like do it right.
I would never jump off of anything if I was gonna kill myself because. Fucking, you don't know if that height is the right height. And who wants to fucking look at the ground while you're rushing to your death? Like, Jesus Christ.
Well, like they associate different types.
And then you land. They associate, sorry, what?
Well, different types of suicide with different types, that person's life problem, right?
Man.
If it's a...
So it, like, reflects how miserable their life was? The way they go?
Yeah, exactly. Like pills, cutting your wrists, hanging yourself... hang dropping.
So imagine, you jump off of something and you fucking break a bunch of shit, but you survive.
It's now, I'm sure it's happened hundreds, thousands of times.
So now your life was miserable before enough that you wanted to kill yourself. You fucked that up. Like even that you failed at. Like my life sucks. I failed at life. I'm gonna kill myself. And then I failed at that.
Hey, you want to know you want to know what that is? Yeah, exactly.
And that you can't even fucking commit suicide, right?
It's just the string of like loser moves that lead you to that one. That's what I think. If that's what you're doing, you're fucking up on other small shit day to day. So you're gonna fuck up the big stuff.
I would fucking either one do it like you said, do it right. Like fucking plan that shit right.
Make it quick.
Yeah, make it quick. Do it like as fucking painless as possible.
Right.
And fucking plan that shit out. Because the last thing you want to do is be like, fuck me. I can't even do this right, and I'm still alive.
And that's exactly what they face my
bullshit.
That's exactly what they think.
Oh man,
so,
I would be even more depressed if I tried to commit suicide and I was alive. I would be more depressed now.
A part of me thinks that they do it
For attention?
No, on the hope that it's not going to work because they don't really want to do it, and it's that cry for help. You know what I mean? Because the balls to ask for help or approach someone, which is hard depending on the situation.
For sure,
right?
For sure.
You know what? If you're going to ice yourself, ice, baby. Do it right.
The people who cut their wrist, you know that it's not left to right. Like it's been fucking proven. You're supposed to go up the other way or something. Oh, no People will still do left to right because they know it's not going to work.
I guess.
For pills, like, what the fuck? How many pills do you need to fucking swallow?
No kidding. Like, I like to take, 4 a leave, and I don't give a shit for my headache. I can't imagine how many I take. I'll take 6. I'll take 8.
Yeah. What? 12 in one day? Fuck that shit.
Yeah, my piss might be as yellow as a banana, but I'm not croaking. Oh, you gotta take a lot of fucking pills.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's a lot to swallow.
Suicide pills. Fuck me, man.
Like, imagine you took 100 pills and you're like, shit, I can't do them all at once. I'll do 25 sets of 4.
Doing like sit-ups.
You're killing yourself just doing sit-ups. Kidding. Dude can't even go to the gym and bang out a couple sets. He's gonna knock down 100 pills. Get the fuck out of here. Clearly you're a loser.
Oh my god. Speaking of losers, so fuck me. Have you heard about this guy? This has got to be our weekly doucher.
Okay.
Fucking Sheldon? No, it's not Sheldon. Toby Sheldon is his fucking name.
Okay.
So, when I was writing notes for this podcast...
Sounds like a country singer.
When I was writing notes for this podcast, right? I fucking looked this guy up because I heard about it. And then I wrote down just Toby Sheldon.
Okay.
So then I'm looking at my notes. I'm like, the fuck is that? Toby Sheldon. So I searched it up again. I'm like, oh my god, this fucking guy. So this motherfucker is 33 years old.
Okay.
He spent $100,000 to look like fucking Justin Bieber.
Yeah,
plastic surgery.
It's... Let me see a picture of this guy.
This fucking guy's right
Does
here.
he look like him?
He looks like fucking...
Is it even close?
He looks like Justin Bieber got punched in the face.
When did this make the news?
Fuck, who knows? It was recent, though. Like, this fucking, last week or some shit.
That's suicide right there.
So there's this fucking before and after. So he's got the eyes and the mouth, right? But fuck. So why would you, for one, a 33-year-old man, want to look like a fucking 12-year-old or whatever?
No, that's not my question. I'm looking at this picture, and you guys look this up too. I want to know, you do $100,000 worth of facial reconstruction, but you can't pay the fucking $30 haircut to get the Bieber haircut. This guy's, he's got the fucking Donald Trump apprentice, wavy, really thinned out fucking...
Oh, man.
I don't know what it is. Mushroom cut.
He's got the Donald Trump mop.
What an idiot. You get that... Buddy, start with the haircut and then do the fatch.
Oh, man.
Wow, I don't get it. This is hilarious.
That's funny shit.
He could have saved he could have saved $99,970. No, I can't because I'm pissed off. This guy's an idiot. Get the fuck out of here. What does he do? He dresses up probably like a totally different guy.
He's a fucking musician, too. That's the worst part. He's trying to be like a singer-songwriter. Who the fuck's going to hire the guy now?
Yeah, but he's like one of these guys that, one day, he figures he has a decent voice and all of a sudden he thinks he's can be a pop star. Right?
But no one's going to take this guy seriously.
Well, if he had the real drive, he'd be comfortable in his own skin and make his own identity.
He should have fucking goddamn took the $100,000 and went on tour or some shit.
You know what?
How does this motherfucker even save $100,000?
Yeah, it's a credit cards. What do you think?
Holy shit, man!
You applied under the name Bieber and they gave him instant credit line. Yeah.
Fucking Amex red card is fucking paying for that shit.
First name Justin. What's your last name? Bieber. Fuck. How much do you want?
Fuck.
You got it.
He should change his fucking name to fucking Toby Bieber.
One second.
Oh, what happened? What? It's recording the other.
There we go. Okay. Yeah, that's just fucked up. Seriously. You spend $100,000 on the face and you can't get the $30 haircut. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I really don't. But I will give credit to the guys that, impersonators of Michael Jackson, Madonna, Gaga, that kind of thing. You know what I mean? Because like that's a craft, right? Like you've got to perfect the dance move.
Yeah,
it's an impersonation, right?
Exactly.
Like, is this guy an impersonator?
No, I don't think so.
So you just want to replicate the Bieber look?
I forget what his fucking friends call him or something because they think he looks like him and he's fucking all happy that they call him that. You guys can look it up.
Sorry, he's 33?
33. That's fucking...
By the time you hit that number, I'm going to tell you got to start figuring shit out, man. Like, you cannot be trying to replicate a dude who's like...
And fucking find yourself...
18,
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
again, props to Bieber for what he's done. But that's a totally different fucking situation.
Yeah, he's a fucking...
Like, talk about wanting what Bieber has. Yeah, who doesn't? But I'm not going to make my whole face look like...
Yeah.
And the haircut, like, get a life. You know what? Just finish the damn job.
I know, right?
That's the problem.
But the $100,000 was only for fucking hair. Fucking
what?
eyes.
What exactly did he?
It was the eyes in his mouth.
What about the eyes?
I don't know. They make it they're squinty.
How do you go from wide eye to squinty?
I don't know.
I get squinty.
Cut up his cheeks or some shit.
What else did he do?
I don't know. It's freaking
What's his Toby
Sheldon.
You'd have a better instantly. He's got the country singer name. But just ride that wave.
How does a guy want to look so much like another dude? Like,
you know what? I think when you're younger, naturally you have idols and you want to dress like them and look like them and walk and talk like them. And
this takes that to the extreme.
This is really weird. I don't. There's got to be this is a sickness.
Shit, man! It took 3 transplants and a total of $21,000 to accurately lower my hairline.
And then he didn't get the haircut.
Close off my templates and grow back my bangs.
What a moron.
What a fucking idiot. Yeah, you guys look this guy up. There's stories about this.
But is there any... Is anyone been like...
There's no conclusion. There's no conclusion to this story.
Like, did he get a job in Vegas impersonating...
Nothing. There's no conclusion, man.
See,
it's this fucking guy. The whole story is this guy spent $100,000 to look like Justin Bieber. Mm-hmm. That's it. And then there's pictures of him. And he doesn't even fucking look like Justin Bieber.
Is there anyone that you've known their look, for years, or they made a name for themselves and then they did a surgery and then you thought, what the fuck?
Yeah. Well, not personally, but you know the chick from...
Dirty Dancing.
Yeah. That's
Jennifer
right.
Yeah.
That girl, and what other one was she on? First
Dirty Dancing again.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She was his sister.
Yeah, that's right.
I love that way that chick looked.
Yeah, she was fine.
And now she just looks like a regular girl.
And she was on Dancing with the Stars,
was she?
Yeah.
She stopped getting acting gigs ever since her nose job.
Yeah, baby lost her gig when she
she didn't have the unique look anymore. Right?
Well, and that's Hollywood for you, right?
She got those roles because of her look. Like,
is there anyone else though? I wonder, because that's the first one that comes to mind. Definitely, right? Is there anyone else that did something and you're like, you know what? Meg Ryan.
Really?
You haven't seen her lately?
No.
Oh, well, Google that shit. Shit, put it.
I heard.
She looks.
Fucking Courtney Cox did a bunch of shit too.
Yeah, you know what? She's looked. Sometimes you can't tell. Yeah, Meg Ryan. Sometimes you can't tell. Look at the number 2 Meg Ryan search. Meg Ryan plastic surgery.
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can't tell if someone's just aging.
But I just put in the P in the. She had Parkinson's.
There's speculation because of the surgery.
Because I put in the P and it comes in fucking plastic surgery and underneath Parkinson.
Whoa! Look at that, son. Whoa! Did you have Parkinson's now, or did you get plastic surgery?
Plastic surgery horror show. Fuck, eh?
Yeah, there you go.
There's a bunch of them.
Oh, Mickey Rourke. Thank you.
Oh, yeah, but he's a champ.
Pamela Anderson.
Yeah, fuck. Big surprise there.
Nicole Kidman. Yeah.
Fucking Osborne. Oh, I can't even click on this picture to see the rest? Kanye West. So, fucking Kanye, look at that, eh? Kanye and Kim got fucking, they proposed.
Yeah, they got engaged. Kanye rented out the AT&T Park in San Fran.
AT&T Park?
Yeah, the baseball stadium.
Oh, jeez.
And he got an orchestra, and he got the board lit up. Please marry me.
She had to have known that he was going to propose walking into a fucking
It's probably
stadium.
a Kardashians episode, right? 15-carat diamond, right? She's still. I didn't think she's officially divorced, even.
No,
but
so it costs like $6 million, I heard, or some shit.
For what?
To fucking to put all that together.
Shit, really?
$6 million proposal.
Well, you know, he's got more money than God, so
apparently, fuck.
just insane what these guys can do. But I have a feeling Kanye, Kim, like they are like the type to squander their money away.
They're not.
I don't think so.
$6 million on a proposal?
No, but like they're not. I'm saying is they're not headed for bankruptcy.
Well, she fucking. I didn't even know this till the other day. She made it big from a fucking sex tape.
We really didn't know this.
I probably heard about it. And then
what podcast do you listen to?
I probably heard it and then forgot and then heard it again, and now it's like brand new news to me. You know. So fucking.
You get a short fucking memory.
I do, but it's great because so many things are like fucking brand new to me all the time.
You're like an emu. So they bring you out and you're looking up your trainer like it's the first day you ever saw him.
So there's a motherfucker. There's like an agent or lawyer or some bullshit who like fucking makes money off of the sex tapes. Like you go to him if you have a sex tape to sell. She made like $17 million off this fucking thing.
Yeah, she sued the company.
So apparently there's a fucking Lindsay Lohan sex tape too. She's giving some guy a head, but it's from the back, so you can't get as much money for it.
Even I'm sure there's tons
because
of that.
you can't
There's a lot of
confirm if it's her or not.
lookalikes. Well, there's a lot of lookalikes or whatever, but like anything worth setting out there is already out there, and you can see their face.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? But before she did it, it was Paris Hilton, right?
Right. So that's why she did it.
Probably following the formula.
So like, was Paris Hilton? Did she know? Like Paris Hilton's like, fuck this, I'm gonna do a sex tape.
I'm sure they were friends. I don't know. They're from the same. They're from Cali.
Like, how about that for a business plan?
Socialites.
Like, I can't fucking come up with that. I'm gonna make millions. I'm gonna fucking do a sex tape. No one cares about the guy.
Believe me, you're on the wrong team.
It'd have to be a fucking like fucking gay sex tape or some shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You're number one. You're on the wrong team.
Nobody knows what the fuck I am.
And if you could do it in a part of the world where you would get famous, then you don't want to live there. So
yeah, seriously, right? Shit, man.
Yeah, it's just fucked up. Yeah, it's crazy. Superstardom.
$6 million fucking proposal. Good
yeah, like I don't think they're gonna. I'm not saying that they don't. Sorry, I mean like they don't know how to squander they know how to spend.
Yeah, but they're making
on shit that we can never do it. You know what? That's got to be an ego thing, and it's got to make them feel like, yeah, I can rent out a fucking baseball stadium.
Shit, right?
That makes me feel like a stud.
That's
right?
Fucking crazy, man.
But I'm saying they're not headed to any bankruptcy. Soon. Like,
well, that's like Jay-Z, man. He retires every year. This is my last album.
Well, as long as here's the thing. If you're as talented as they are and they're surrounded by the right people and they're as smart as, they're going to do what they can do as much as often as possible to capitalize
for sure
on exactly that. Because why wouldn't you? Right? If you know you could drop an album and make $30 million.
I'd be fucking dropping an album every month.
Yeah, exactly. Right? Okay, so you take a break now and then, but you know you're going to do it and come back. So,
how about Drake? What's up with Drake? You hear about that? He's starting his freaking world tour. Second show, he cancels it.
What do you, the whole thing? The second show?
The second show. Oh. So apparently they're gonna postpone or fucking come back to that. I guess if you have tickets, they'll honor it, and they're gonna reschedule that show.
Where were his first two shows? Were they even in Canada?
No, they're in the States somewhere.
But why
Pennsylvania or some shit?
He canceled.
Philadelphia, some PH fucking.
Okay. Same state.
Yeah.
Why did he cancel it?
So apparently he partied hard the night of his opening show. Like
who doesn't?
Yeah. So
don't be soft.
So he fucking partied so hard that the next day he had a hangover that he couldn't fucking come out on stage. But apparently they canceled it like fucking an hour later than he was supposed to go on.
While people were there?
Yeah, so there was an opening act that didn't even fucking go on because they didn't know what was going on.
So people filed into the arena
It's full. They're waiting.
Come on,
and
I think I would have heard
on.
about this.
And then like an hour later, some guy comes out and says, due to fucking health issues or some shit, Drake won't be performing.
Oh my
But it was because he was fucking hungover from partying. Well, apparently, like I guess
that's a shit.
I guess the Twitter sphere fucking went nuts. Sure. And everybody was saying that, like, oh, I drove 10 hours to come to see this show and all this other shit. And
that's fucked up.
And he just canceled.
Well, when Gaga canceled, what did they say? It was her hip.
Yeah, that's right. She's having hip surgery.
And why did they say hip? Because you can't question that, and
no.
It's not it wasn't just a dummy excuse. Is this kind of like one of those sensitive zones, right? Well,
yeah, if it's she's having surgery, but it can't be hip replacement at her age.
Well, no one believes that, but that's the excuse they give so that it's
no. They're probably going in there and chipping away at something.
Maybe they didn't even touch your fucking hip. But the point is.
Yeah. She was smart enough to come up with a good...
Yeah, we were like, you know what, I can't go out there because if I bust it, then I'll never, perform ever again.
Well, for the longest time...
You can't say I was hammered from the night before and not do your show. Talk to the fucking Rolling Stones. Those guys are in their 70s.
Professionals, man.
They will party more than... a million people all put together fucking and they still go out every night. They don't stop.
Said that something.
They're degenerates.
He said some shit about he's able to keep going because he
got used to it.
Cocaine in a moderate fucking way. He doesn't abuse it. He just takes a little bit of it.
Not sure what that means.
It's enough to fucking get him.
I give him props. I don't... good for the Stones.
It's enough to...
I'll tell you what, I respect them just because they'll never say, we partied too hard to fucking perform.
I know. You know what? They don't make musicians anymore like they used to, man.
No.
You never heard about that shit. Unless they just... I think because of the internet, it wasn't around.
Maybe in the past, you had to work harder and longer to make the kind of money that the younger musicians make today.
I don't know, man. With freaking, iTunes and shit, Napster, they didn't have to worry about that stuff. But they were getting raped by their record labels too, though.
No, but they are making streams of income in different ways now, and probably a higher percentage if you weighted how much your dollar was worth back then and how much they made.
Yeah.
Right, the Stones had to do 362 shows a year to make a buck, right? And then you see some artists, you're like, where the fuck has that guy been? It's been 12 years. And then, they drop 2 albums and all of a sudden they got a greatest hit. Go fuck yourself. Then they're telling you they can't perform because they had a couple vodka and orange juices.
Well, that happened with, who the fuckers...
It's too easy.
Fucking watered down vodka and orange juice.
Stop paying these guys so much.
Who was it? Those guys that sing Your Sex is on Fire. Kings of Leon.
Kings of Leon, yeah.
That his brother fucking threw him under the bus, eh? The one night? Because he was fucking hammered, he couldn't come out, so they had to cancel. And they were tweeting about it was health issues or something. And then the other brother tweeted
that's not right.
I can't lie to you guys, fucking he was just fucking hammered. He needs to go to rehab and shit. He threw his brother under the bus.
Well, whatever. That's their lifestyle.
And now they're back.
The funny thing is, that's acceptable to be a partier, to be a drinker, to do the drugs. It's the life of a musician.
That's why you don't travel 10 years. Fuck.
But then there's the guys that
10 hours to fucking go see somebody because then they not even show up.
What's with all these cancellations?
Oh man.
But you ever been to a Bon Jovi concert? No. I have. And they'll do 4 shows in a row.
Oh, yeah?
3 hours straight, song after song, every album. You know what? How could you lose loyalty for a band that just goes so hard? Yeah. And then if it's going so well, they'll add another 4-day weekend in the same city.
Really?
It's just fucking incredible. But I think maybe it's even a genre thing, right? You got rap
I guess
live.
They expect more.
But let's face it, rap live is not the best music to listen to.
No,
live.
it's
about the melodies, about the production of the music, the beats.
Yeah, it's like a guy fucking doing karaoke, man, when you see rap.
Yeah, it is. And no disrespect disrespect to rappers. They're very skillful, but it's just like as a
but the
live
production just isn't there.
Exactly. Right. You know, like NFL football trumps any live football sporting experience. No, you know what I mean? Like, I just could enjoy NFL football live. Oh, no, actually.
No. Well, fans are horrible, man.
They are. It is suffering because being at home is more comfortable. But I'll tell you what else is, what the big issue is there. Because they've only got one day of games, you want to keep track of more than just the game that you're watching.
Yeah.
Right? But I still would enjoy an NFL football game more than I would an NBA basketball game.
Really? Live?
Yeah, for sure.
What would I say? Sure. Oh, for sporting event live, nothing beats soccer in my opinion.
Sure, and I you know what, I'm not huge on soccer, and I haven't been to like a major soccer sporting
I've only seen
but I can see it, right?
Yeah, I've only seen the national teams at Euro 2012. And there's nothing like hearing your national anthem in a big fucking stadium.
Yeah, no kidding.
Thousands of people and everybody's singing along and shit. It's just crazy. And just the spectacle of the sport to me, like, there's not a lot of goals in soccer, but when they happen, they are fucking insane. Like,
sure,
they're like beautiful. That's why they call it the beautiful game, right? But I like hockey live.
Yeah,
and I won't watch it on TV, but I'll go to a game live for sure. Football, I've been to a bunch of Buffalo Sabres games, but the fucking fans are retarded.
Buffalo Sabres are
fuck Buffalo Sabres. I have seen Buffalo Sabres too. Fuck sakes.
Not a lot of football games, evidently. Look, I'm not trying to say. I'm not saying it's the best overall because that's just a suicide argument.
Yeah,
and that one's not a fail. That's gonna that's
I'm not
destined to fail.
I'm not saying that
the best for me.
Yeah.
You know, for our listeners and yeah, obviously like for you, and soccer is better for you, football is better for me.
Yeah, for sure.
It's just like there are better things live. Absolutely right. Like, sure. and that's, if you want to look at it in the objective way, I think
I would agree that football live is way better than.
It needs a little bit of enhancement, but you know, it depends on what we're arguing here, right? Like ticket sales in football have been kind of suffering. But
it's an affordable game to watch, though.
Well, they've talked about some crazy things to add to the NFL football. Well, like for one. Having like red zone, you know, the red zone channels where they have every score that occurs, because when you've got 5 games simultaneously playing, you're going to miss highlights.
Right.
They've talked about
that's crazy
having it going on within the stadium that you're in, so you can watch and keep track of everything. And then they've talked about as well, like, and this is just, you know, this one's like maybe even more hush hush, but. The possibility of having the plays announced while the play is actually going on, so you kind of like get like a little prediction of exactly, really, because right now it's not very interactive. As you know, you're sitting, you're standing, you're watching. But if you had a little bit more feedback, you know, half the time. Like a really good commentator makes for good viewing too. Right. And the guys that do it do it very well. So,
true.
Right. Like in soccer, you don't necessarily need a commentator to describe every single movement on the field. But because in football, there's so many positions.
Yeah, there's so much.
You can talk about, you know, this guy got blown up this year. This guy got pancaked there. This guy was looking the wrong way, and this guy was checking out that cheerleader, and this coach was fucking off.
Yeah.
Right, and that's just one play.
Yeah, I like watching football live, but I got so distracted by the fans the last time. The funny thing is we ended up leaving during the half, right? And it was the Buffalo Bills versus Michael Vick. No,
the Eagles.
No, it wasn't the Eagles. It was New England Patriots, and they were down by it was 22-4 or something at half.
Right.
And while we were walking away, it was so hot too that day. We were like freaking dying. And there was these jackasses because there's not seats, it's a bench, right? So there's jackasses leaning into your space and shit.
Oh, sure.
All hammered, and it's like, you fuckers, it's so hot out here. I don't want to even be around these guys, right? So my buddies were feeling the same way, and they're like, okay, let's just get out of here, right?
Well, you know what? There's got to be a reason why the Europeans in soccer do it top notch, because the NFL is expanding a lot of games over the pond, right?
But the Europeans, like with soccer, there's the other
they're
issue
just
with the fights
absolutely
and
fanatical.
riots and shit.
Sure.
So we left, and I started joking with my one buddy, and I said, "Watch it be the greatest comeback ever in history." It's going to
did come back.
It's going to turn out to be like the greatest.
Did they come back in the second half? I think they did.
So we're sitting there at Red Lobster having a fucking dinner, right? And my buddy pulls up the score. He goes, "No way!" I go, "What?" It was like fucking 34-32 or something, right? The final.
Well, they didn't win. I can tell you that.
Yeah, they did. They won? Yeah, they won that game.
Shit.
They came back. It was like the greatest fucking comeback in Buffalo Bills history. And fucking they won. And then the fans stayed around in the stadium and partied for like 2 hours after.
I didn't
and
that.
like with the fan, like with the team and shit. And then
with the team.
Yeah, like the team fucking hanging around.
Yeah, because it was like winning the Super Bowl with the Patriots.
And then and I heard about that fucking game for an entire week. Like, because I listened like to Fan 590, and I was listening to 103.3 The Edge out of Buffalo, and they fucking talked about that game for a week. And I was texting my buddy, and I'm like, I'm still listening about this fucking game and how great it was. And
so you never leave until the end.
Well,
anything can happen.
Thank God I'm not a huge football fan, because if I was, I'd be so pissed
sure.
about that situation.
Well, let's just revisit how the Leafs lost to the Bruins in Game 7 last. Like, what the
11 minutes to go.
Right?
And it's just the way the Leafs are, eh?
No comment.
Sure, Leaf fans.
There's a lot of Leaf fans, obviously, out there.
Man.
Yeah,
Are you a Leaf fan?
I don't know enough about.
Yeah.
I just don't invest enough to. I don't want to share my opinion on it.
I wouldn't call myself a fan, but I listen to it. Like, I'll like pay attention to the Leafs probably more than any other team, just because of where we are. Mm-hmm. And Fan 590 just talks about the Leafs like they're the only goddamn team in hockey. But I like Nazem Kadri, because he came up from the juniors, mm-hmm. and he was like kicking ass, and I'm thinking, why the fuck isn't this guy like full time on this team yet? And I had made that comment like 2 years before he came up, so I got like a fucking chip on my shoulder because I made that prediction. Because when they finally brought him up, he just fucking killed it. Like, he rocked the league, right? He was like the biggest name in the league for that year.
And where is
it was
he
a
now?
short season. He's still on the team, but
he'll be gone soon.
Yeah, he'll move to a better team.
Toronto teams are like farm teams for the rest.
Yeah,
of the
seriously, they are. And even then, they went right to the last minute to negotiate with him for his contract. Like the week of camp, they didn't know if he was coming to camp or not. And he was like the big name in the league that year.
Yeah.
So it's just...
and I know what you mean. It's not like the Leafs had the luxury of not bringing in their best players, and having like a holdout.
Yeah.
But
what about hockey? You know what? I say hockey players, but a lot of athletes, actually, their interviews, when you listen to them...
Athlete interviews.
Okay. They fucking all sound the same. Especially hockey. I don't know what it is about hockey, but they'll be like... I gotta give it my all, and we gotta go hard at them. They're a good team. Like, every fucking interview is the exact same, no matter who they're playing. Some fucking jackass, I don't know his name, is coming up from the minor league, and he played an NHL game, and he was saying something about like gotta learn slowly, and then hopefully I get there, and gotta push hard and do my best. It's always like. Nothing.
Yeah, they don't say anything.
They don't say anything of substance.
Right? Yeah,
they don't say anything of substance. Like, they'll talk for 10 minutes in the interview, and they've said absolutely nothing of value. And you're like, what the fuck?
Most of the time, though, when someone's really honest in sport, like, they're hated more often than not. And I guess...
Is that the problem?
And I think the other thing is, because you're professionals and it's a team sport... When you bring that kind of attention to the team, right, it can really kill the chemistry. If it's like a band with like Justin Timberlake and NSYNC, Michael Jackson in the what was the name of the
Jackson 5?
The Jackson 5, right? Like
his brothers. Michael Jackson and his brothers.
when you have an outspoken guy, right, on a sport team, then they start to get the glaring attention, and then the other bandmates, the other teammates, like,
I guess,
right, it affects their play and the chemistry. And
it sounds like they've all hired the same PR rep.
There's a playbook for that too.
But it's like, there's one PR rep that fucking coaches every team. You know what I mean? Like NHL hired these fucking people, not the team itself.
And well, you know what? And you want to put that into that theory in action even more. So watch what an athlete will say at his press conference after he fucks up in the media.
Yeah.
He gets arrested, he rapes and goes to jail, or he kills dogs, or, you know, he gets on trial for murder, or right, what's, you know, or the Tiger Woods shit.
Oh, fuck. You know the problem with those fucking guys? Tiger Woods and the fucking New York Jets coach? Did you hear about that guy? Rex Ryan. He's got a foot fetish, and him and his wife are swingers. So they fucking, they're like on some website of like swinging community, and somebody recognized the wife and was like, "That's Rex Ryan's wife." And so then they recognized the guy's voice to be Rex Ryan. So this whole thing came out because he's got a foot fetish, and they're doing these like fucking stupid homemade videos.
Yeah.
So like the press was going nuts, right?
Sure.
And I'm thinking
they gotta jump on it because it's not part of like the bullshit that you always hear,
right? So they're fucking loving it.
So there's the answer right there. You say one unique thing, and the press spins it into like a whole world of stupid shit.
But the problem with these guys, they gotta own their shit. The reason the press went at him so hard is because they were so afraid. Like, they're asking him questions at a press conference, and he's like, "Oh, you know, I don't want to talk about that, and let's talk about the game," and blah, blah. I'd be like, "Fuck yeah, man, I got a professional. Who fucking cares? Who gives a shit?"
Well, your job's at stake.
You know what I mean? No, it's not. Yeah, you own your shit. Oh, you should have owned his shit, man. Who was the other guy you mentioned before that? Same thing. Should have owned his shit. The fucking media goes nuts over these guys because they don't own it. They don't step up and say, "You know what? I don't give a fuck. So why do you guys give a shit?" It's because they're so embarrassed that the press just goes, "I'm going to attack."
There you go. Those guys are hated forever in their careers, and they suffer.
But then the media just attacks them harder because they know that they're just going to kill this guy out of embarrassment. If he stepped up and said, "Fuck you guys.
Okay.
I don't give a shit.
I want to do your fucking homework. I want to see someone that stood up
fucking
to the press."
owns their shit?
Yeah.
Well, on the foot fetish topic, although there's tons of fucking guys that openly have foot fetishes in the media, and they don't even fucking...
No, I want to see an athlete, and I want to see which way his career went after he said,
"After he owned his shit?"
Fuck yeah, I wear dresses in the off-season.
Fucking nobody's got the balls big enough to do that, though, man. They need to.
That's what you're saying. They need to do it when no one has the balls to do it.
Fucking do it. Well, if you get caught, the worst just happened. My secret's out. So you know what? Own your fucking secret, man. Own your shit.
I guess
that's my motto for the podcast. Own your shit.
You got too much at stake. Too much at stake.
But you know what? The truth is out. They were caught. Mm-hmm. This fucking guy puts a video up of his fucking wife. Well, how did they not think someone's going to recognize him?
Like, is that even true? Like, or did they just have a video of them, like, you know, having a joke?
No, it's not a joke. There's like a bunch of these videos. It wasn't just one. They're like openly on this fucking community, like a swingers community, posting and shit.
Like a foot fetish?
No, this one is a swingers community. The video was like a fucking foot fetish video or some shit. So funny.
That's funny. You're right. And it's always couples that you don't give a shit to see that kind of stuff. Like if Tom Brady and Giselle were in a foot fetish. Fucking people would watch that all day and not question them. But Rex Ryan, Rex Ryan and his wife.
Oh, man. You got guys like Quentin Tarantino going on fucking Tara, what the hell is her name? That model. Fuck, I don't know anybody's names.
Okay.
Tara something. Some fucking model. She has a show. She's trying to be like the next Oprah. She's got Quentin Tarantino on. And I think she's got a motherfucking foot fetish because she's always talking about women's feet and shit. So she brings this guy on to vote for other women's feet. And I'm watching this like, what the fuck?
That was a show?
It's so weird. Yeah, Tara, whatever the fuck her name is.
Well, you have to find that.
Yeah, I know. It's some model.
That's crazy.
She's a model. Now she's a...
What that brings to mind for me is there's just a lot of shit out there that you just have no clue about it.
Yeah,
and it's more popular than you think.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, foot fetishes, and and that's actually not even that weird to me. But there's other weird stuff out there, I'm sure.
Oh yeah,
right.
For
and
sure.
it usually comes to light when I'm watching like CSI or
Oh really?
What's that one?
Criminal Minds. Everybody's a sexual deviant on Criminal Minds.
Yeah, just like shit like that, like the furries. Those people that get.
Yeah, that was CSI.
Yeah,
that's fucking funny.
Like,
that's how I found
There's a whole
out.
convention on this.
That's how I found out about them. Fucking furries. There's a feeders freaking like sexual fetish. You know what that is?
No.
Guys who like
Feeders
feed their women fucking tons so that they stay fat.
Well, I think there's an African tribe that they like their women to because it shows prosperity, right?
Oh yeah, because they're fat.
But I know under this context it sounds funnier.
Yeah,
like
sure.
they fatten them up, or the women are kind of like
they're already bigger, but they will feed them like constantly, make sure they stay fat.
And let me guess, they're really skinny dudes.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
That's the best combination.
There's always fucking.
There's another easy laugh.
Oh,
there's another
that's
easy
too
joke.
easy
Shit
too.
jokes and little
Fucking
dudes
skinny dudes.
with BBWs, big beautiful women. That's hilarious.
Shit, man.
Sports interviews. Oh shit jokes. What a riot! What a riot! Right on. So we're gonna throttle down here, or
Yeah,
what?
that's all I got for this week.
Oh, awesome. Well, good stuff, man. We're going to compile a couple more days. Think of more stuff to
more
throw
crazy
at
shit.
you. Yeah, exactly. And, we've got to say thanks for listening. This has been awesome. We're nobody's bringing you...
The Nobody's Podcast.
All the news that everybody hears. And
With the spin, all the news, we talk about what people want to say.
we want to say the shit you're thinking.
Yeah, they're thinking, but it won't say.
Yeah, you don't maybe have a forum to let it go. So yeah.
We'll say the shit Rex Ryan wishes he could say when the press conference was going on about his fucking foot fetish.
Right on. So he's Nelson,
and this is Neil.
The Nobody's Podcast, episode 104, but number 1 in your hearts.
That's it, buddy.
All right, so we'll see you next week. And ciao. Love you, everybody.
What's that? Shit, I'm straight to voicemail. What are you doing there?